Hello, welcome to Bentley's Backwoods Bushcraft. This is Richard, and I've got a couple projects sitting on the table here that I'm going to work on. I'm going to show those to you here real quick, and we'll discuss what each one of them is and how we're going to work it. At least that's what's going through my head. Who knows if that's how it's going to end up. But we are going to work on making some more pegs for my peg loom, and I am going to be making a compass, not a directional compass, but an art compass from these two pieces of stick here. And let's just get on with it. All right, so here's a view of what we got on the table. I have the pegs that I have for my peg loom now. I have 4 dowel rods that we're going to cut to make more pegs, and then we have the items over here for the compass. Again, we'll be using a drill and a saw, and obviously a ruler and a pin, and that's basically it. I already have the marks made for the dowel rod, so all I have to do is take those outside and cut them, and we're going to do that right now. Alrighty, so I think it took longer to set this thing up than it's going to take to actually cut. We just have several cuts. Doesn't have to be exact, so I'm not worried too much about it being perfect. Here we go. Let's just move this one to this side just for GP. Try to get these aligned a little bit here. There we go. All right, and here they are. So, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Here's the 12 that I had originally, and those will sit over there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, and 24. And here are the 24 that I have now. Again, I could probably just measure, because the holes, let me angle down here. There we go. As you see, the holes are kind of generally based in the same spot. I mean, they're not 100%, but they're pretty freaking close, right? I think they're pretty close. I could just measure and cut these holes that way, but I'm not going to do that. What I want to make sure I do is I will set my loom down, and then I will stick them in here like so, and then I will drill them from here so that I'm 100% sure that it'll be above where they're sitting in there. So that will happen. I don't know if I'll video it. Maybe I will. Who knows? I might just video it and then determine whether I put it in the video later. Regardless, I have these now cut, but I do need to drill the holes, and here is the drill with the drill bit that I am going to need to do that with. Should we do that right now, or should I move to a different task? I don't know. I am also in the process of downloading videos onto my hard drive so that I can transfer them over to the computer that we have the editing program on, so I can edit some videos, as well as downloading a couple videos onto YouTube. So I'm multitasking. Unfortunately, because BBB is still a little jacked up, I don't have access to my manager tab, so I can't go into that and work it. I have to do it in a different manner, which makes it more difficult, and I can only download one video at a time, and I have to leave it there while it's downloading. I can't just go to another video like I can do in the manager tab. If I try to do it that way without the manager tab, it'll shut down the download. So there we go. I can only do one video at a time. Now, I'm going to try to turn the camera here real quick. And of course, most of them flew away. We have the bird feeder out there. And we have some birds. Very wonderful. I love watching the birds. They like to, there we go. They like to be on the ground, and these birds up here peck and move about and knock a bunch of seeds down, and then they get them from here. There are times when I just take a handful of seeds and just throw it on the ground for them. But you can see they're pretty active out there. I think I might just go out there and drop a handful of seeds just on the ground so that they can get to them. But we have sparrows. There's a blue jay that comes by, and there's a male and a female cardinal that come by a lot. We do get some blackbirds, but they don't. I have not seen them actually on there digging in there. I have seen a few blackbirds coming and picking off the ground after the sparrows take off, but other than that. But anyway, there's a little bit of footage with the birds. Let's continue on with what we're doing. All right, so I think right now, just for GP, we'll go ahead and set this up. We'll try to get the maximum amount of holes we can. And I'll have to adjust the camera, I'm sure. But let's just set these in here. I'm actually going to remove these 4 here because, there we go, we'll move this a little closer. So I'm just going to go ahead and drill these holes here, and I'm going to do it right here. I need to vacuum anyways, so why not, you know? Just plug this in, unplug the air fryer slash dehydrator slash oven. That's plugged up. Alright. So basically I'm just going to make sure that the holes stay above right here. There we go. there's a few of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Alright, so there's 9 of them. I'm going to leave those sit over there because we're going to have to kind of use a little bit of sandpaper on them. Just like so. Get this out of the way, and just to kind of keep things the way they won't get too much of a mess, I'm going to bring in a small little thing to clean that up. I'll get right back with you. Alright, so I got a little dustpan. So we're going to go ahead and do a little bit, try to do this a little bit at a time so that I don't make so much of a mess that it gets really all over the floor. There is a little bit on the floor, but I don't want it to get too bad. So there we go. We'll dust that right into there. We'll leave this sit here. And I got to clean up the floor a little bit because Beckett left some goldfish dust down there anyways. Alright, there we go. So let's add a few more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll just go with that. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. We'll finish it off. Whoops. All right, we're down to 2 more. And the last one. Bingo bango. Alright. So let me clean this mess up and then we'll get to sanding. Alrighty. Now I'm sure that I could keep this wood dust for something, but I'm a hoarder as it is, so we'll just go ahead and throw that away. I'm going to leave this close by because I still have to clean the floor. And do I have it? Yes. Is that? No. Alright, I gotta go get a piece of sandpaper. I'll be right back. Alrighty, so each one of these, I'll just give a little sand on either side here just to kind of get any of the frays off of it. It's not too bad there. And just a little bit of sanding just to clean off any edges. Plain and simple. We'll go ahead and do that, and then I'll get back with you. Alright, so I'm down to the last few here. Now, I have noticed that where I cut them off doesn't really need nearly as much sanding as when I drilled the hole in here. Now, none of it needs any real bad sanding. As you can see, that's not horrible. And of course there's a little bit, you can see that a little bit like that. That's really basically all I'm doing is trying to clean that off so that there's nothing that'll snag on the yarn and cause issues later. I have utterly destroyed this piece of sandpaper, however. That was not a smart move. Alright. Last one. Yeah, well, there we go. Boom, 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 and there we go. Alright, so as you can see, I utterly destroyed that piece of sandpaper, which is okay. It was a Dollar Tree sandpaper anyways. Coming in here, trying to get most of it. And I say most because it's probably not going to be all. Most of it off the table. Just like so. We will brush that into here. Just like this. There we go. Lastly, I'll go to the other side because I want it all to come over here. I'll give it a nice little just in case. Woo! There we go. Collect up the few bits that I blew from over there over to here. A little bit better. There we go. And now I'm going to do the floor. You don't need to watch me do that. Beckett's got some goldfish crumbs down there and stuff like that. I'm going to vacuum later anyway, but I want to get it up, so I'll get right back. Alright, that's a quick and easy, not 100%, but doesn't have to be right now. So with this part of the loom, the holes go all the way through. As you can see, they go all the way through, right? Well, if I were to stick one in there, goes right through, see? Now, sitting on a table, a flat surface is okay. The floor, now that it's capable of going 6 feet, sitting on the floor is okay. If flat surface, right? But out in the woods, on the ground, if I was at a campsite and I had this out here, the ground is going to be uneven. Some of them will go down. You know, it won't work so well. What I want to do is have a temporary, I don't want it to be permanent, but a temporary piece. Let me adjust. Yeah, so a temporary piece. I was going to use just like a cardboard or something like that, and I still might. But let's just say I have a piece of thin wood like this to sit on here and tack down. You know, I can put a screw in it or something that can come out. So like maybe a small screw that I can screw into there, and then I can screw it out when I want on the bottom, so that when I put one of these in there, even if it's a surface that isn't even, it won't pop out, right? I want something for that. I'm not sure what I'm going to use, because if that's not there, when I put this through, it'll just slip out like that if the ground is uneven or if I move it around or whatever and lift it, they fall down, right? So, as I said, this would be perfect if I had 5 or 6. If I had 2 or 3 of these, I would need at least 3 of these, because it's, well, maybe not, maybe just 2. No, I'd need 3, unless I didn't use the last hole. It's about yay too small. This is, you know, anyway, it's like 6 feet and like a couple inches is what that is. So anyway, this yardstick, but something like this that I could tack down, and even a piece of cardboard, a strip of cardboard that I could get and strip it down here, tack it down on one end, and boom, all the way to the other end. That way, uneven ground and moving it about wouldn't cause the pins to fall out. That's something also I want to do. Eventually, I want that to happen. I'm going to look around the house. Maybe I've got some cardboard or some heavy stock paper or something that could do that. I even considered using duct tape, putting the sticky sides together and making it a long strip with the sticky sides on the inside, and double it so that it's not sticky, and tacking it down that way. I've considered that, and that's a possibility. I just would prefer to have like something like this, a piece of wood or whatever, because it's sturdy. I could tack it down, and then I could take it back up when I needed to, especially if I used a small screw. Anyway, the loom is as done as done. I've got plenty of pegs now that will go 6 feet and a tad bit longer, but basically 6 feet. So that's a huge loom that I have not had before, at least that size. So I'm capable of doing 6 foot wide by however long I want weaving now. Fantastic. So that's done. Next project is getting this compass made. Now again, in a perfect situation, I would want it to be like this and round the edges so that they could move in and out like this. But I don't think that I want to put that kind of effort into it. I'm hoping that going to the side like this, instead of going here, I just go to the side here and doing that. I'm hoping that that will create an even circle just as easily as it would if it was placed together like this. So I'm going to look at it real quick and make sure, but I think that it will work this way, because my circles, although have to be circles, I don't have any degrees or measurements on this. Like I don't have to say, oh, you know, 12 degrees, 16 degrees, 18 degrees, 32 degrees. I don't have to do that. I just have to stretch it out to the point that it makes the circle that I want it to make, and it doesn't really matter to me as long as I can reproduce the same size by moving this. It doesn't matter what actual degree it is. Anyway, I could add with this a protractor so we could keep track of the degrees, which I might do, but it's not that important. So right now, really all I need to do is drill a hole from the top all the way through both of these, big enough for this screw to go through, and then the wing nut will attach so that I can tighten it, so that I can get it at this angle and then tighten it and leave it at this angle. And then we'll have to drill holes in the bottoms of each one of these so that I can put one of these barn nails in it. So that's the next project. Is that going to be part of this video, or is it going to be part of another video? I don't know. I am going to stop right now, download this portion of the video to my hard drive, and then maybe work on editing a little bit for a while. So this might be a video all of its own. I think it probably will be. And then we'll move to the compass, the artist compass, in another video. Thank you guys for watching Bentley's Backwoods Bushcraft, and enjoy the outdoors, even if it's just your own backyard.